series finale of the 7-day Ricoh Street Photography Challenge, and full disclosure, I didn't think I'll make it this far. We've had a lot of ups and downs throughout the series, which I think is quite representative of every photographer's journey. And we'll talk a bit more about the experience later on, but today I just wanted to show you around the south side of Hong Kong in Aberdeen, and I want to test out the Classic Emulsion film recipe. Kinda like that boat with all the flags, with some nice sky in the back. So I'll make a summary video of the photography lessons that I've learned throughout this challenge after this whole series is done, but in terms of the overall experience, I seriously don't know how the daily vloggers do this. I mean, just the filming, editing, coming up with the video ideas, and not to mention my full-time job, it's just a lot of work. Actually, taking the photo every single day is the easiest part of this all, because you really just bring whatever camera that you have, or even just use your smartphone and pick up the habit of snapping away on the scenes that you find appealing. For this last day of filming, I wanted to have a relaxed afternoon of shooting and focusing more on the photography side rather than fulfilling a checkbox for the challenge. One thing I was thankful throughout the series was how I had beautiful daytime light throughout, something of a rare occurrence in Hong Kong during summer. I wouldn't mind doing some rainy street photography, but that makes solo filming a lot more complicated and uncomfortable, especially in a time crunch challenge like this one. Aberdeen is what I will consider a fishing district here in Hong Kong, so that's why you'll see there's a lot of boats along the river. So I'm just really trying to find some interesting compositions around these boats and waiting for golden and blue hour later on for the sunset. Right now we have some fluffy clouds, so hopefully those will give us some nice colors later during the sunset. I found a group of people watching intense Chinese checkers. Well, I don't really know if it was that intense, but I knew there is a potential shot from over here. The first table was a bit too busy, so I went to the other one where the light just hits the players greatly, showing their intense focus. I think this shot depicted the face-off very well, as the light just hits the subject's face in the right way, with his opponent waiting eagerly for his move. I also thought it would be a nice touch if I could get just closer to their hands, showing off the tiles as they made the move. Doing this challenge made me appreciate street photography a bit more. Finding a good photo with a compelling story is very, very difficult. It still doesn't have that wow factor as in landscape photography for me, but it's still a very, very satisfying experience when you're able to react to a fleeting moment where everything aligns in place and then able to capture that. There are a lot of variables that come with a street photo, and you learn a bit more about how to anticipate a moment when it's about to come. And the tip about how you should be simplifying your photos are a bit more true for street photography than I originally understood it for landscape photography. The streets are a lot busier, and there are a lot of distractions to remove. So that step in simplifying a photo is great practice. Did my street photography improve in this 7-day challenge? I'm not so sure, but at least I have some idea on what I should be working on. So today is a Sunday afternoon, so in the promenade area, there are a lot of just people resting around. I wanted to take a photo of him sitting down, but stood up. So I'll take a photo of these groups of aunties just sitting by the square. So this Classic Emulsion film recipe runs on daylight white balance and shifts the blue and green hues quite a bit. So I think it only works well if you have some warm light, because you need some warm colors to offset those blue tones. So in a shaded area like this, I don't think it works quite that well. So I think I need to find spots where there's open patches of light right now, although there are no people or subjects to photograph. So let's just take a photo of the streets anyway. Maybe this side. The most challenging days were days 3 to 5, and I think that's because I had work that day, so I probably wasn't going to be in the most creative of mindsets, and also I had some time and location constraints because of course I had to work around my work and had to pick locations that were just accessible to me, and rather than places that I was really excited about exploring. The key takeaway is you don't work your best when you force yourself to be creative, and that means that breaks are important too. So that's the reason why I guess the yesterday hike for sunrise really helped me a lot, because it's something new, it's something that I'm really excited to do, and I had some beautiful light. The colorful sunset I hoped for didn't happen, as it had too much cloud cover that day, and that Aberdeen was not in an ideal position as the buildings would block off the view. Something I misplanned, as I thought the piers would have had an opening, but anyway, I just continued to explore the streets and looked for cool designs and spots, as I seldom come to this area. Good thing about coming here before the nighttime was that there was still some activity left, and I saw a number of casual bystanders that were placed in an interesting way within the environment, and I still somehow had patches of light on some streets, so that was a good thing. Looking back at the photos from this day, I think this Classic Emulsion recipe grew on me, at least for the photos that had the right amount of daylight as intended. The blue-green color grade with medium contrast gave it a look that complemented a slow, calm riverside feel and differs from the warm tones I am normally used to. And as I said from day 5, that's one benefit of trying out different recipes. The results from different JPEG settings may give you new ideas on where to creatively bring your final image. I think it's about time to wrap up this challenge, and hopefully I was able to motivate and inspire some of you to take photos whenever you can. I mean, that's the entire point of this challenge anyway, to make photography as part of your lifestyle. So a heartfelt thank you to everyone who supported and spared me some time to watch throughout this series. This is the biggest challenge I've done so far for this channel, and hopefully I was able to dish out some decent photographs and enjoyable experience to all of you. So see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.